There are so many. So many. There are thousands of ancient civilizations that you have no record of, you have no knowledge of. Remember, the surface of your Earth has been rearranged many times. The most recent one you describe as your Hunger Dryas era. Many civilizations were erased during those days. There are some that remained, you may notice. Göbekli Tepe and the civilization associated with that. They were able to leave a mark. They were totally erased. You have your Great Pyramids. They weren't totally erased. You also have some of your underground pyramids in the Amazon. They have not been erased. So, all civilizations, regardless of whether or not they leave artifacts or structures or things like this, or not, all civilizations have an eternal existence within the inner earth crystalline Akashic record. So all civilizations still exist, even the ones that your surface no longer has a name for or has knowledge of. Perhaps those things have been lost on the surface. Those civilizations still exist. We will describe one of them to you now that we have prefaced the topic. There is a civilization that existed off the coast of the continent that you describe as your ancient continent of Mu. This civilization was a very special civilization that focused on blending cosmic genetics with human terrestrial genetics. So this was a civilization of hybrid beings. If you were to observe their complexion, they all had blue skin. They were taller in nature, taller in stature, if you will. They possessed a great deal of psychic abilities. And this civilization evolved independently of the civilization of Lemuria or ancient Mu. And this is because the focus there was almost entirely spiritual in nature. These beings were designed to absorb as much of the celestial energies as possible, and then acting as human anchors for those energies, they could transmit those frequencies through their body into the earth, thus distributing those energies throughout the ley line network. And this allowed for a greater synchronization to take place between humanity and the variety of celestial beings that were guiding humanity and working with humanity during those days. This island civilization then began to spread out, and they brought the teachings that they had received to a variety of different tribal and indigenous populations. These beings are described in your ancient texts as the 7 sages. We share this with you because they still exist. They are still here. They have not left. And even though they are described as 7, those 7 represent many beings from that civilization. We will share a name for this group, so that way they can be called upon for reference, for assistance, for clarification, and for guidance. Anu Deva. This is a name that can be used to access them.